Well, hey, LTD family, welcome back for another episode of the Morning Huddle. It's the week of November 3rd through November 9th. I'm Sam,
I'm Jaquin.
and we are so excited to jump into another week, first week of November. And, we talked about this a little bit last week, but when I think of the month of November, I think of the word gratitude. And, as we jump into the month of November, revisiting a book that is near and dear to all of us in hospitality, Unreasonable Hospitality. And we all know that some of these lessons that we can learn from books like this and from leaders in hospitality are so, so important. And one of the major lessons that we can learn from this book, Unreasonable Hospitality, is leading with intention. And, Will reminds us that in hospitality, it's not just about what we do, it's really about how we make people feel. And that exceptional leaders really do their best to create environments where generosity is intentional and it's not an accident. And that there's always a focus on gratitude and really being thankful for the opportunity to get to serve, right? Both our guests and our people.
Agree.
So I'm curious, Jaquin, how do you think leaders can show gratitude, in your day-to-day actions? What are some things that you can share with us?
Oh, like you said, it's being intentional and I think it's being present is so
Yeah.
important. Like when you walk in, come in the morning, you say hello to the employees. You don't just say, hi, good morning, and then walk away. You kind of want to wait. It's nice to wait. What if they were going to say, oh, I have a terrible day today? You,
Yeah.
you just want to be present and really show that, like I really mean it. Like I really want to know how you're doing, not just check off the box like, oh, okay, I said hi to you. Okay, I'm moving on. Those type of conversation.
Yeah.
It's just being intentional.
I think, and like you said, the word intentional is probably more important now than ever because we have so many things that are distractions, right? That are vying
Mhm.
for our attention, whether it's our phone or if we have an Apple Watch or our laptops or all of these different technology devices. And, even when someone's communicating with you and you're talking to them, it really sometimes takes some intention to not get distracted by either what's coming up next, what you have to do, or by the technology in your hand or on your wrist. Those it does require intention, but people can tell, like you said, when you're present
Mhm.
and when you're really listening and care to hear what they have to say.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
would
Do
know.
you have any examples of, maybe leaders from your past that have made you feel seen or appreciated?
Absolutely. So this is the manager that actually hired me to join LTD.
Mhm.
So Fletcher Mace, he was our VP.
Yeah.
He hired me. He knew what I can do. He knew what I couldn't do. At that time, I was purely operations. Don't know anything about the financials, forecasting, none of that. Um, then he promoted me from ops manager from the Aloft and Element to assistant GM at the Westin. Given that at that time I was 7 months pregnant,
Wow.
it didn't stop him. Um, and during that time, he took the time and invested his time to teach me the financials.
Yeah.
And back then, there was no profit story. This was all on Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
So I really appreciated every moment that he spent time with me
Mhm.
because I could tell, oh my gosh, Fletcher really believed in me. He saw the potential in me. So I will never forget that. I will be forever grateful.
Mhm.
And this is something that I do to pay it forward. And as a leader now, I always look out for potential talent. There's a lot of
Mhm.
employees here in our hotel that we've promoted from within because you see there's so much potential. And some people, they may not come forward. Hey, I want to do this. Sometimes you just see it. Oh, you have potential. I want to spend time with you and I'll teach you.
Yeah, I love that you make that point. There are sometimes you really need to speak, speaking life into somebody sometimes we're our own worst critics, and maybe
Mhm.
we don't always see the value that we can bring, or see the what we might have to offer. And to have a leader, someone like Fletcher, come to you and speak life into you and tell you that you are capable, that he does see that you have capacity, it can mean so much. And really making you feel seen and valued and appreciated. But not just those things, but also they see that you have growth in your future and want
Mhm.
to be a part of that journey with you. And I love that you said that that's an opportunity, and you're more aware of opportunities for you to pay that forward.
Yes.
So showing gratitude, yes, there's obviously the gifts of appreciation or notes, and those are wonderful, but there are other ways to show gratitude. And some of it is by just showing and telling people, hey, I see something in you that maybe
Mhm.
you don't see in you, and
Right.
let's talk about what that might look like for you moving forward, and how we can be a part of that journey.
Yes.
And we can do that obviously with people that we lead, but we can also do that with our peers, and we can do
Mhm.
that with all everyone around us. There's always opportunities when you really take some time to look around. Everyone has value, and sometimes it just means so much when you say it out loud. When you
Mhm.
see it, say it. And that's just such a wonderful way of showing gratitude and thankfulness for what makes each individual unique. So
Absolutely.
I love that. So that's our challenge for you this week. Let's highlight and make sure you take a minute to express your gratitude for someone this week, and let them know, hey, this makes you special, and I'm thankful for that. So
Mhm.
I love that. All right. Well, I love that we're going to talk about gratitude for this week. And speaking about gratitude, I wanted to highlight a couple of fun messages that we found on Break Room. This past weekend, we had the Norfolk State University homecoming, which is super fun and exciting, but also very busy and can be a challenging week. And we know that our teams just handled it with grace, and we've seen some really raving reviews of our team members and how they handled such a busy weekend. So wanted to highlight our Aloft and our Holiday Inn Express, but all of the hotels in the Hampton Roads area that had very busy homecoming weekends, and say thank you for going above and beyond. Those guests felt so welcomed, and for that we are incredibly thankful, because they are welcomed, and we're so excited that we get the opportunity to host them. So thank you so much for rising to the challenge. And now we get to celebrate our birthdays for the week, and we'll start with November 3rd. We've got Chantel at the Holiday Inn Express Chesapeake, and Miss Citrine at the Doubletree Columbia. Happy birthday.
November 4th, we got Vermont from the Holiday Inn Newport News. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. On the 5th, we have Bill from the Residence in Chesapeake, and Karen from the Spring Hill Suites in Norfolk. Happy birthday.
November 6th, Alicia Britt. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alicia. And then November 7th, we have Miss Tara from the Residence in Chesapeake, and Gregory, also from the Spring Hill Suites in Chesapeake. And now we get to celebrate our work anniversaries, and we're going to start with the 4th. We have Timothy celebrating 2 years at the Super Chicks in Greenbrier. Congratulations.
On November 5th, we got Melvie celebrating 1 year from the Staybridge Suites, Charlottesville. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We've got Megan celebrating 1 year on the 7th at the Super Chicks in Chesapeake. Congratulations.
Well, someone celebrating 9 years with LTD, November 9, Mike Watterson from the Delta, and Zalani celebrating 3 years at the Residence Inn. Congratulations.
Congratulations. And then we've got our star player of the week, and we love celebrating our star players. And this week we get to celebrate Josh Jefferson from our housekeeping department at the Fairfield Inn in Williamsburg.
So Josh is a star player. Josh consistently goes above and beyond, always stepping in to assist with meeting room setups, breakdowns, and last minute changes without hesitation. He listens attentively, follows through professionalism, and brings a positive, lighthearted attitude to every task. His friendly interactions with both colleagues and guests make him a valued member of our team. And this was submitted by Polly, the Director of Sales of the Fairfield in Williamsburg.
Wonderful. Well,
Nice.
Josh, thank you so much for going above and beyond and helping us and stepping in wherever you are needed. And for that, you are our star player, and a $50 gift card is coming your way. And Polly, thank you for taking a minute to nominate Josh
Mhm.
as our star player. And that's our another challenge for you guys this week. We would love to hear from you. We would love an opportunity to celebrate one of your peers or one of your team members in the hotel that you see going above and beyond. So if you have somebody to celebrate, please send your nomination our way so that we can shout them out on our morning huddle. And then we are going to wrap up our week like we do each and every week, and that's our phrase of the week in Espanol.
It's a hard one. All
It's a
right.
hard
It's
one.
liderazgo con propósito.
Beautiful. That means leadership with purpose. And everything that we've been talking about today with gratitude, with intention, leading with purpose. And another reminder for each and every one of you, we are all leaders because leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less.
Mm.
Each and every one of you have influence in all areas of your life. So you are a leader and you have an opportunity to lead with intention and lead with purpose this week. And so we hope that you have a great week full of gratitude in this fall season. We are so thankful for you. And with that, let's lean in and
Get
get better
better
together.
together.
Thank you guys.
Bye.